The rash of break-ins and vandalism around the Rogue Valley still isn't over. Tonight, what a local business discovered when walking into work this morning. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight for NBC5 News at 11. I'm Elizabeth Ruiz. New tonight, imagine going to sleep and waking up with a foreign accent. It's not a joke, it really happens. A group from Medford was in Hawaii at the time of the false alarm. They arrived last night to participate in a marathon. This morning, the Medford streets were lined with marchers of all ages marching for their lives. MPD says detectives are trying to determine if this incident is gang-related. Detectives from MPD and the Medford Area Drug and Gang Enforcement Team are continuing to investigate this shooting. If you have any information, you're asked to call police.
The Ashland Festival of Light celebration is happening now in downtown Ashland.
This is a live look at the plaza where the lights just switched on for the grand illumination. Santa is in the area and so are carolers. If you missed any of the celebration, you can go to our KOBI-TV NBC5 Facebook page to see the video of the event.
NBC5 News at 11 starts now.
A Rogue Valley woman remembers the time Martin Luther King Jr. pulled her aside during the civil rights movement. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight for NBC5 News at 11. I'm Elizabeth Ruiz.
And I'm Nikki Torres. The ceremony was held earlier today in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. NBC5's Miles Furici sat down with the keynote speaker about her time in the movement and the legacy of Dr. King.
I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
The organization that Dr. King's and the civil rights movement brought to us helped us to move forward.
As a young teenager in the civil rights movement, Rogue Valley resident Geneva Craig was a witness to the oppression and racism of the middle 20th century.
In Selma, Alabama, that's what I knew. Black people, white people. And I knew that I was on the inferior side of, the races. Segregation made me angry.
Geneva remembers vividly the anger that drove herself and many others into the movement.
We were there because we all wanted change. We didn't want to live like our parents had lived. No, change.
One man stood at the forefront, organizing and leading the cause. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man with a dream and a drive to accomplish a difficult feat. Geneva says Dr. King pulled her aside once and spoke with her, leaving a lasting impression with one word: patience.
He gave me the one word, and I dwelled, and it stayed with me. So that was important. He reinforced in his teaching to the youth that education was the way, education is the key.
At a ceremony honoring Dr. King earlier Sunday in Medford, Geneva shared her incredible story and words of experience. Events today echo the struggles of her time in the movement, but Geneva firmly believes things will only get better. Dr. King showed her there was another way besides anger to accomplish one's dreams and bring about lasting change.
The lessons we learn from history help us to not make the same mistakes going forward, but it also gives us clues and insight to the path that we need to go down, the way to go, the strategies that we can incorporate to make change that's better for everyone.
In Medford, Miles Furici, NBC5 News.
Thanks, Miles. Geneva says she achieved her dream of becoming a registered nurse, and now she travels around the state teaching others what she learned during her time in the civil rights movement.
The 30th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration in Ashland kicks off tomorrow at noon. The free celebration will take place at the historic Ashland Armory, lasting roughly 90 minutes. Local historian Dr. Richardson taught journalism at SOU and has emceed the Ashland MLK celebration for more than a decade.
The speech in its entirety is a great thing, and it's incredible to listen to. You hear the sound coming off of the buildings, the way President has everything set up, and it's really incredible.
This year, the celebration's theme is the fierce urgency of now, tomorrow is today. It comes from Dr. King's 1967 speech, Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break Silence. Seating for the celebration is on a first-come basis, but a simulcast live stream will be presented at the Varsity Theater for overflow attendees.
In honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the National Park Service is offering free admission to everyone. That means a free opportunity to visit Crater Lake. There are only 4 days out of the year that offer admission at no cost. The entrance fee waiver does not cover user fees for activities like camping, boat launches, transportation, or special tours. The U.S. Forest Service and the Bureau of Land Management are also waiving recreation-related fees for visitors to public lands. Right now, we're going to take a live look at the Rogue Valley from our Manor Cam sitting atop the Rogue Valley Manor. It seems like we keep getting warm weather on the weekends lately, Nikki, but it seems like that trend will probably be ending soon.
Yeah, we're going to see a change in the forecast most definitely for this next work week. We're going to stay somewhat warm for tomorrow. However, we're going to see some wet weather come into the forecast. We're going to see some rain come into the forecast, mainly for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. But we are going to see that trend continue over the next few days throughout this next work week. For some areas, especially for the Klamath Basin area, we could potentially see some rain snow showers and even just snow showers in the area. Past few hours on that satellite radar loop, we are just looking at mostly cloudy skies for the rest of the evening. However, we are expecting some areas of fog after midnight as well as for early tomorrow morning. So visibility will be impacted just a little bit. As you can see right there, 7 miles for Roseburg, and it is 9 miles for Medford right now. You can see precip levels since midnight. It was overall a pretty dry day. We're going to see a change in that forecast for tomorrow, as I already mentioned. 39 for Crater Lake. It's 46 degrees in Medford. We're looking at 37 in Klamath Falls and 54 for Gold Beach. We're looking at some rain snow coming into the forecast. I'll have those full details coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Nikki. NBC5 is your place for weather. You can find the latest forecast anytime on KOBI5.com or our KOBI-TV NBC5 Facebook page. New tonight, a local vape business was broken into late last night, costing owners thousands of dollars. Vape Guys Vapors in Medford was able to capture security footage showing a man picking the locks to the front door and prying it open. The owners say the suspect stole most of its products and some cash.
It's heartbreaking, yeah. I mean, it's not every challenge that we face, we just get stronger or we fail, but that's not an option for me. So I'm just going to grow from this and get stronger.
The store estimates it lost between $4,000 and $6,000 in damages and lost product.
Oregon U.S. Senator Jeff Merkley is visiting Josephine County tomorrow. He'll update the public on his work in Washington, D.C. and answer any questions about challenges facing Oregon and the country as a whole. U.S. Senator Merkley says the town halls are a good way to hear from Oregonians to represent their interests in D.C. Since joining Senate in 2009, Merkley has held a town hall in each of Oregon's 36 counties every year. You can sit in on the town hall at Grants Pass High School at 4 p.m.
Still to come tonight on NBC5 News at 11, find out North Korea's reaction to the false alarm of a missile threat in Hawaii yesterday. But first, dozens are mourning the loss of those killed in the California mudslides.
And coming up in your full forecast, we do have a few weather alerts that I want you to know about for this evening. We're also going to see some wet weather come into the forecast towards this next work week, and I'm going to have the full details on that in your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
But before we go to break, the countdown to the 2018 Winter Olympics continues. The games begin in Pyeongchang, South Korea in just 25 days right here on NBC5. We'll be right back.